Hi there, I'm Holly Haynes. I'm a business strategist, and my goal is to help you build a full-time business, part-time schedule without being dependent on the social algorithm. And this week on our YouTube channel, we are getting fired up about something near and dear to my heart, and that is client experience. So, you know that feeling when a brand goes above and beyond and you're like, oh my gosh, just take all my money? Like, that's the magic we're talking about. And guess what? You can create an epic client experience that isn't just about fluffy feelings. It can actually boost your profits. We're talking about increased customer loyalty, reduced churn, and even the ability to command premium prices. So how do you actually do this? How do you create your client experience to just to mind-blowing? That's where things get excited. So inside this episode, I'm pulling back the curtain and revealing the secrets behind our very own mastermind community. So we're not just talking about learning and growing, although that's super important. We're talking about creating a supportive network that lifts you up and helps you crush your goals. Here's a peek at what we're talking about: how to prep for takeoff, which is personalizing the experience for day one, how to create weekly hot seats and support so that you can create individualized attention for group programs, how to build your dream teams, actually seeing results, and how you can use that for member testimonials and to improve your impact, and then how to create a VIP experience so that you can really make your clients feel like they are totally your focus. But there's more. I also share actionable steps to really elevate your client experience in your business, no matter what you offer. So grab your notebook, get ready to take your client experience to the next level, and let's go. P.S. If you're open to learning more about this, our mastermind is open for Q2 applications. You can just go to hollymariehaynes.com/mastermind, see this model in work, and see if it's a good fit for your business. Welcome to this week's Pep Talk. I am talking all about how to foster an amazing, epic client experience, but here's a little fun fact. I usually batch these episodes a few weeks ahead of time, but with our travel schedule lately, the Friday episodes have been in very real time, like 2 or 3 days before they air, which is kind of fun and kind of stressful at the same time. I always worry that like I'm going to lose my voice or I'm going to get sick, but so far, so good. And I got so many comments last week about the energy of the episode that I was like, you know what? Maybe it's okay to not batch everything all the time. But also, when I get really excited, I talk really fast. And I think because we have upgraded our mic, like I forget to breathe. So you can now hear me take really deep breaths, but I'm sharing this because I want the Friday episodes to be very real life, to be very behind the scenes, and to really share like what we're working on, what's working, and what's not. So these Friday topics have been really fun to dig into. If you have more topics that you would like to hear about or just ask questions, you can always go to hollymariehaynes.com/chat. And it's this really cool feature where you could submit a show topic and I'll actually answer you live. You can text me, you can leave a voice message, you can leave a video. It's super cool. So hopefully that is a great example of a really cool client experience just from listening to a podcast, which is a great stepping stone into this week's topic, client experience. And I've shared this story on the podcast a few weeks ago, but my corporate background is actually in client experience. Like the last job I had in corporate was all about how to curate a long-term experience for your customers and make sure that is memorable. So before I dig into what we're doing, I wanted to just give a couple of examples. You know me, you know I love case studies, but let's talk about Peloton. I use a Peloton all the time. Peloton has built a thriving community around their interactive fitness equipment. I'd like to say they have super fans. They use social media groups. You can do virtual high fives. There's live classes. You can like create your own schedule. And what it does is it brings this sense of belonging and shared accomplishment to your customers like me. And so what this does is like, this keeps me engaged. Like I tag instructors and they respond back. It makes me feel like I matter and I have a spot in the room. I just tagged one of the instructors, Callie, because I was doing one of her boot camps, which I love. And she just had a baby and she like wrote me back. And I was like, oh, well, look at that, right? Like it just makes you feel special. Plus, the key here is you're able to customize the programs, even though it's a one-to-many model, which is a whole strategy in creating an epic customer experience. The second example that I wanted to give is Apple. And I mean, let's face it, we can use Apple in any example that you ever give in business, but Apple doesn't really have a traditional community, right? But they have the Genius Bar. And so the Genius Bar is this like in-person experience where you can make appointments and you can see demonstrations and you can like touch and feel the products. And so if you have a product, this is a great example of like, how can you create an experience where people can actually see what you're doing, right? And that empowers your customers, and in Apple's case, their customers, to learn about their products, fix their issues, and it's a super collaborative environment and makes you feel important, which is another strategy in creating just an epic client experience. So let's just revisit why this is so important. And honestly, the bottom line is it can increase your profit immediately. So if you're like, great, Holly, client experience sounds fun, but like, why should I do this? It can increase your profit, period. It can improve your bottom line. So number one, customer referrals can be up to 5 times more effective than paid advertising. I don't know if you've ever dug into Facebook strategy and ads, but it is complicated. This is not, right? Happy customers are more likely to be brand advocates, right? They're talking about you, they're singing your praises, they're promoting you to other people. And this organic word of mouth can really be incredible and super cost effective in creating and attracting new clients. Next, positive customer experiences can actually reduce customer acquisition. Customer acquisition is like, how much does it cost to attract a new customer? Having a really positive client experience can reduce customer acquisition by 50%. So when you have a paying client, make sure they have an amazing experience because it's going to make it so much easier both for them and for you. Epic client experiences can generate positive testimonials, social proof, online reviews, and honestly, it helps you both, right? So you can attract new customers at a lower cost compared to traditional marketing methods, which is just easier, right? And then finally, companies with a superior customer experience can command premium prices. So if you want to launch something high ticket, you need to have exceptional service and value so that it's a no-brainer. You get what you pay for, right? I love Walmart. We just bought a whole new dining room table from Walmart. It's amazing. But there's a difference between Walmart quality and, let's just say, Pottery Barn, right? We didn't buy the Pottery Barn table because my girls are still coloring and doing crafts and all things, and it wasn't worth it. But I knew the difference. I could differentiate between the premium pricing and the Walmart pricing in this case. And so if you want to command premium prices, superior customer service is something you absolutely need to have. So as I have worked behind the scenes designing our mastermind community, there are a few things that I considered, both leaning into this strategy and making sure that we create a thriving environment, both for you, our team, and our clients. And so I just thought it would be helpful to share that. So one, you can see what it's like inside our community, but also you can make it work for your community as well, right? So we're talking about this like learning and growing and super supportive community that layers in all of our strategy. So what sets the experience apart, right? Let's break it down. So number one, I call it prepping for takeoff. So it all starts before you begin. In this scenario, imagine joining a mastermind where like you're not just another face in the crowd, because we actually do homework for you before you join. We hop on a call. We talk about what your roadmap is, your unique goals, your challenges. And that way, as a client in our mastermind, you know what your launch pad is, right? The direction that you're going. But then here's the fun part. You get a killer welcome package. I love gifts. You get introduction to all of our team members, all of our resources. And it's like getting the VIP treatment from the get-go. Now, gifting is my love language, and I know it's not everyone, but so is strategy. So before you even start in our community, you have a full customized plan, and we're doing some celebrating because we want to celebrate you. So my goal is you know exactly what the steps are and feel good about your plan going forward before you even start. So if you're still listening, how do you apply this to your business? When someone joins you, what happens? What is the first step where you can wow them, right? So write that down. What is the first step when someone joins you that you can celebrate them and you can wow them and you can make them feel like, gosh, I'm so glad that I made this investment. Number 2, things that we do to have an epic client experience is weekly hot seats, right? So I say weekly hot seats and support like, whoa, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this, right? So picture this every week. You get dedicated time with me in a hot seat coaching session. And it's really your chance to like shine a spotlight on your biggest business challenges and also get laser focused advice from me, our team, the mastermind crew. And it's not just about you, right? So we've got group coaching, we've got other people supporting you. Plus, we regularly invite what I say industry rock stars to really help you understand the current trends and things that are happening in the industry. But my goal, again, going back to client experience, is you never have to Google anything again, because I know your custom plan. I actually take notes every single week. I know your business. Remember step number 1. And every week I'm helping you figure out what to do and why. So it helps really just fast track your results because you have me, you have our team, you have the community, you have industry experts, and we're all there focused on you. So how do you apply this to your business? Once someone is in your world, whether it be a product or a service, how are you communicating with them? Question, how are you communicating with them? People pay for accountability, not education. They want that personal touch. So what is that personal touch that you're giving? And again, this can be for a product or service. This is any model. How are you communicating with somebody once they have purchased with you? And then number 3, let's build your dream team. So I personally think what makes our mastermind truly special is the connections that you make. So we strategically match our members in what we call peer pods on personalities and goals, and we create powerful, really powerful accountability partnerships. We also add in a layer of our team, right? So copywriter, sales coach, ops specialist, and we have this like private platform where you can ask questions and celebrate each other's wins. And so I'd like to say that it's a community where you're building your dream team and you're building your dream relationships. We also have virtual and in-person social events. They're a blast. I don't know if you saw our last retreat in Austin, but you get more done in one weekend than you can in usually an entire quarter. But my goal is I want you to feel connected. I have had clients that have literally planned vacations with other clients and their family because they became so close in our mastermind, like best friends. The community is magical. But worst case scenario, you have an amazing network that supports you after the program is over. And so I always say that our collective mastermind includes your next profitable partnership, like it's waiting inside. So how do you apply this to your business? What value can you provide above and beyond what the offer is? So in this case, the offer is obviously business strategy, but networking is this amazing bonus that's, I think, just as valuable as well as support from our team. So when you're thinking about an epic client experience, what can you provide above and beyond what your current offer is? This is what helps you stand out. It's what makes you different, and you have to stand out in the world that we're in. And then last but not least, I think the proof is in the pudding, right? So we're talking about real results, which goes back to what we were talking at the beginning of have testimonials, have case studies, be able to share that like inside this mastermind, women have left their corporate job, completely transformed their business, skyrocket their revenue. Like this is not just a feel good story. Like we are tracking data and metrics so I can show you tangible results, which actually is our entire marketing plan. So my goal is I want your decision to join our community to be so easy because it's so accessible to talk to other members before you join, read case studies, and look at the data. So how do you apply this to your business? How can you make seeing believing? What case studies can you share so the experience is well known? Like how often do you look at a sales page or you look at a program and you're like, I wonder who's in it. I wonder what results they got, right? Like seeing is believing. And most businesses don't do this. They talk about all the features that you get in the program, but they don't actually show the results. So I want you to paint this like futuristic vision for your clients and show them what is possible. And then finally, Treat your clients like VIPs. They have already paid you. So you want to celebrate them. And I think so often we get into this like, oh my gosh, I need to find more people. I need to attract more clients. But like, what about the people that are already in your world? So in our community, I like to think that being a part of an exclusive community feels amazing, which is why we limit the number of spots. It ensures that I can give you personal attention. Plus, we just make sure that everyone is sort of working on similar goals, right? And, I'd like to say that we treat you like a VIP. My personal goal is that I know every single client's business model, family, vacation schedule. Like we get really, really, really personal. So how do you apply this to your business? Can you make the relationship individualized or exclusive? Like, how can you go the extra mile? Can you send a card? Can you celebrate a birthday? Can you create a VIP experience? It really does depend on your program or your product. But in similar smaller groups, if it's a larger program, how can you give individualized attention? And I think this is just a taste of the incredible client experience that we've created inside our mastermind community, because I put such a focus on having an epic experience. Like I live and die by it because I know that it's going to make your results so much more amplified, right? Like it's a place where you can learn and grow and connect and achieve more than you ever thought possible. And yes, I did use the mastermind as an example for a reason. Like I believe to my core that it's an epic experience, but I truly believe that if you curate an experience that's different than anything else out there, you'll see different results. Like, I hope you can hear it in my voice. Like, I'm talking really fast. I'm getting excited. Like I said at the beginning, I forget to breathe because it's so different. And I'm just telling you, you don't have to follow the model that everyone else does. How can you curate an experience that's different? How can you make your product and service and community stand out? Because that's going to attract those VIP customers, right? That's going to make it personalized. So I would love to hear your ideas on how you're curating this amazing experience with your products and services and what ideas you have. Did this inspire you? Did this give you an idea to do something different? And if you're interested, our mastermind is open for Q2. You can DM me experience and try it out for a full 5 days, or you can just go to hollymaryhaynes.com/mastermind and connect with me, apply, and I can't wait to chat to see if it's a good fit.